A group of Fallen has captured Fellwinter Peak. My team and I are en route, but we won't get there in time. I need you to secure the observatory at the top. It is imperative the Fallen do not establish a foothold on that mountain.
Hello and welcome to this GamesRadar video review of Destiny Rise of Iron. My name is James and I'm joined by Dave, who has completed the whole thing, bar the raid.
Bar the raid.
Probably like most people listening to this.
Like most people listening to this right now, because I saw it at Bungie a couple of weeks ago and they weren't showing the raid off because they wanted it to be a surprise and it would have taken like an extra week to do that. So
for the people who haven't played it yet or thinking about buying it, is this expansion worth it?
I think it is, yeah. When you initially finish the campaign, you'll be a bit, oh, that was quite short. Although the campaign is really, really good. I think it feels quite different to anyone they've done before. And it's definitely, I think, one of the strongest, most well-crafted chunks of campaign in Destiny. I think it definitely ends with the best mission in the game, to be honest. It is, however, only about 3 hours long. You will feel like you're ready for 2 or 3 more missions at the end of it. But, as is always the case with Destiny, it's not about just the concrete nuts and bolts of how much stuff is in it. It's about how the expansion is set up to iterate and replay and rework and recontextualise that stuff.
And although the campaign is like short, as you say, there are then loads of quest lines off that afterwards.
Well, this is the thing. As soon as you finish and the big sort of meta structure of Destiny kicks in again, it suddenly feels like this expansion's been built in sort of layers rather than breadth. Like there's an initial amount of stuff which is really high quality. Then it feels like it's over, but then you realise you've got like weeks of reiterated play with it.
So talking about those new things, new mechanics and stuff, light level is raised to 385.
Yep, going up to 400 when the hard mode raid drops. And
then there are a lot of new things to collect, new artifacts and new things to do in the new expansion. Yeah,
there's a whole new hub world called the Plaguelands now, which is it's my new one, so of course it's the new one, so of course it's my favourite right now. It genuinely is one of the best, I think. It's massive. Really weird and arcane to explore at first. Very mysterious. Very kind of it's set out in Old Russia, way out in the sticks in the mountains. There is it's definitely one of the most creatively designed in terms of like visual and the shape of it. But there is so much secret stuff hidden there as well. It's crazy. There's you can find these special keys that will open up secret rooms that are well hidden in the landscape everywhere. They've got a whole bunch of stuff and secrets in them. There's a whole lot of new patrol missions. The patrol missions that lead to quests that lead to patrol missions that lead to quests. It spirals and spirals and spirals really quickly when you get in there.
And there's even things in the new hub area, like in Fellwinter's Peak. There's the bell puzzle
there's the temple. It's the temple of the Iron Lords, who are the sort of proto-guardians the thing's built around. There's their temple. It itself has just an environmental puzzle in it, which I think is just for a trophy, but that's just there for the hell of it. There's a really cool secret you find when you hit a later quest line that forces you to look for something in there that changes the way you see the whole environment. There's a general sense this entire thing's just... It feels like a really confident Bungie who know what Destiny is now, and they're now getting much more creative with playing around with kind of the meat of it.
And I guess if we are being super critical, you are doing some of the same stuff. Like Sepix Prime is back.
Oh yeah, I mean there are 3 strikes, 3 quote-unquote new strikes. One of them is brand new, and that is a really good one that spins out off the back of the campaign when you've done a few quests off the back of that. The other 2 are remixed versions of Sepix Prime, which is the very first strike in the game.
But it's got a new name.
It's got a new name. Sepix Perfected now, is it?
Perfected, yeah.
And it throws the new enemy types into it. It replaces the tank bit in the middle with a massive ground wall. And there's also a remake of Fogoth as well. Which
will please everyone.
Yeah. See, it actually will, because as much as Fogoth was like that holy crap, this game's impossible moment in year 1, well, in week 1, like I've kind of got a soft spot for him now. As soon as you learn to beat him, it's quite fun. I kind of miss doing that fight, so I'm kind of up for that.
Okay. Aside from PvE, we've got PvP, a new mode, Supremacy.
Yes, Supremacy is weirdly fun, actually. It sounds quite simple. It's basically team deathmatch, but every time you die, you drop a crest. And then the person who killed you can get double points if they collect that, as well as taking you out.
Like Kill Confirmed in
Kill Confirmed or the Soul Harvest in Doom. It's that mode, basically. But because the crests are actually giant engrams and have the same physics as engrams, they can roll about and bounce downstairs and everything. On the one hand, it's quite strategic because you're setting up like sort of kill teams and making sure there's one guy out of the way so he can swoop in and clean up later if needs be. But at the same time, it's absolute anarchic carnage as well. You get bottlenecks where whole teams are mulling each other and everyone's dying and rushing in to try and collect the crests and dying again and leaving more crests in the middle, which brings even more people in. Or if you're a Sun-Singing Warlock, because you get points for denying someone picking up a crest as well, if you can swoop in and save your teammates one. With the Sun-Singing Warlock with self-resurrection, you can get shot, go down, drop your crest, resurrect, shoot the guy, take both crests back and get triple your points.
Nice.
Which I've done, and it's great fun. They'll hate you for it. So yeah, I mean it's not like a game-changing new edition, but it's, you know, I mean, Destiny's always been about finding new ways of exploiting those really versatile shooting mechanics, and it's a new spin on that, and it's fun. So.
And also private matches.
Private matches, thank God. Why did it take so long?
They're finally here.
Why did it take till 3 years for Bungie to give us the private matches that everyone's had since Halo? But yeah, they're really good. I've not checked it out yet, but apparently there's at least some objectives you can do within private matches. I'm not sure about quests, but I think some of the other stuff you can, like bounties you can probably do, which is fine, because that makes some of the more impossible ones actually doable now.
And then I guess one of the last things to mention is within the Plaguelands, there's a new PvE environment.
Yes, there's a thing called the Archon's Forge, which is built into the map, basically, and that's really fun. It's kind of, think of it somewhere between Prison of Elders and the Court of Oryx from Taken King, where it's this huge structure that you go inside, and then you've got a computer terminal. You can drop various collectibles in there to summon various levels of wave fights. And then a weirdly un-Destiny but really cool metal soundtrack kicks in, and then you and any guardian in the area can just go in and murder the hell out of it. But it's a really nicely designed, it's a massive one single combat arena, huge multi-leveled, really fun to just jump around and play about with. And it's just absolute anarchy and carnage, and it'll always throw, like, you know, electro rocket launchers in there at some point. And it's just a big load of silly fun with rewards, so that's good too.
Okay, and then finally, one of the maybe big game-changing things is the Iron Lord artifacts.
Yeah, see, this is the thing that kind of typifies it for me, really, in that it's, like I said, it being about layers and just little, seemingly small tweaks that completely change up the way the entire thing works. There's a new set of artifacts, one for each Iron Lord, which you can only buy one per week. I'm not sure whether you've got to change them every week or whether you can stack them up at the moment, because it's week one.
It's week one.
Yeah, but yeah, they're great. You get this stuff called Iron Lord's Legacy or something like that, I think, which you earn through various events, which you can then cash in at the temple for a perk tied to one of the 8 Iron Lords. But these things these are perks you've not seen before. It's stuff like unlimited sprint, or you can maybe give away your super in favour of getting double grenades, double melee. That's like whole stat increases, a lot of really big game-changing crazy stuff. The great thing there is that one thing, because they are so different, will completely change the way you view your current builds. So without having to add a huge amount, they've completely recontextualised the way builds work. You know, freeing up options, giving you new ones, giving you new ways of looking at current perks you've got. So yeah, I mean, long-term class building creativity has just exploded, basically.
Great. Well, taking all that into account then, Dave, what score are you giving Rise of Iron?
It is getting a big old 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Okay, thanks, Dave. That's our Destiny Rise of Iron review. And for more games, news, reviews, previews, and features, keep it here on GamesRadar Plus.
Great job. Took a lot to bring that thing down.